Do you guys have any questions before we get into it that you need clarification
Check 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for that. That actually does help. Donnie, can you check? You check 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
That's fine. That'll work. What's up, folks, and welcome to another episode of Real Amigos. I'm your host, Chris, and I'm here with Donnie and Phil.
Hello.
Donnie, what's up, man?
Which one? Me
I
or
said
Phil?
Donnie. I said Donnie. But
You
see,
also
you were
said Phil.
talking again.
No, you said Phil. Also,
So
did you
you
not
didn't
say also
hear me
Phil?
say it. I said Donnie. I said Donnie and Phil, and I said Donnie, what's up, man? But because you were interrupting me like you always do,
am doing
you didn't
great.
hear me say that.
Under the sombrero.
Oh,
in the shade.
The worst. Phil, man, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, nice. That beard, that beard's coming in. It's looking good. I mean, slowly but surely.
Very slowly.
That's right.
It looks almost exactly like the last week.
That is true. That is true. Listen, guys, Real Amigos is a weekly podcast where we get together and talk about movies. And we're glad that you're here with us. We drop our show every Friday on the podcast service of your choice and on YouTube and on Facebook. And so if you like the show, we ask you subscribe and be a part of that as we continue to grow and continue to drop more shows. We like having you guys along for the ride. We do have a Facebook group, and so we always want to try to plug that. That's really kind of the way that you get to interact with us, whether you have feedback on the show, whether you have recommendations or even suggestions for movies and stuff that we should do. That's where we're going to get that information at. And then we can also just kind of chat about movie stuff, and that is where we do that. So just go to facebook.com. You can search for Real Amigos, and you'll see it's a group. It's a private group, so you'll have to ask.
It's www.facebook.com.
That is true. We're always good to have the IT expert Donnie here to walk us through.
You nailed that, no doubt. The best.
So it is a private group. You will have to request to join, but we will accept you just as you are. Tonight is episode, it's short number 10. So our shorts are more abbreviated episodes that we do, and we like to dig into movies and kind of have a broader discussion about them. But then we like to take a little bit of a break, an aside.
They're more like
if you
pants.
Will. Yeah, that's true. Not quite.
Or other shows
shorts,
like Pants.
Kind of like Pants. Man, the humor is on fire already tonight.
Hey, have either of you guys watched 1941?
Not yet.
No.
I did. I downloaded.
All right, I watched it. I enjoyed it. It's wacky, but it's good. I like it.
I wanna see it. I wanna see it.
Okay, sorry.
I was this close to watching The Godfather, but I didn't.
That's also on my list. I haven't.
Come on, that's got to be the top of you guys' list, man. You guys got to watch The Godfather. Seriously.
I did notice in our last short, Donnie, that whenever we've not seen a movie that you like, for some reason this angers you.
No. It's not that I like it. I just can't believe y'all haven't seen The Godfather at this point.
Right.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday.
Yeah, we know.
Thank you, Tom.
Watch the movie.
Appreciate that.
Sorry.
Joe Fox.
Public service.
I like. Have you guys seen Zootopia?
Yeah,
I have.
The little mole when he comes like, and you come here on my daughter's wedding day.
I have a little mole right here.
So good.
On my neck.
Zootopia is an underrated quality movie.
It is.
It's very funny.
Very good.
I enjoyed it.
I watched the Death Wish remake.
I watched that.
With Bruce Willis?
It is crazy.
Was Bruce Willis in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I don't know why it was called Death Wish. They could have called it a million other things, but
it was
good. I liked it.
I kind of liked it. It was pretty violent, though, dude.
It was fun.
And I didn't realize Eli Roth made it until the end of the movie. And then I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Chris?
No. I haven't, no.
There's a scene where he tortures a guy by cutting his sciatic nerve, exposing it, and pouring brake fluid on it. And then dropping a car on him.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, little violent then, I guess.
It's
awesome.
Quite.
Yeah, I see that.
I told you guys to watch Brawl and Cell Block 99. Put it on your list.
Is that the Vince Vaughn movie?
The Vince Vaughn movie. It's on Prime, for crying out loud. Watch this movie.
And that brings us to the topic at hand. So, if you've joined us for a while, you know what we do. But if you are new, on our shorts, we basically just throw out a topic that we kind of just kind of go around robin and talk about for a little while. We're going to take up maybe another 10, 15 minutes of your time, and then we're going to let you go and do what you got to do. So, with that being said, the topic this week comes from myself. It's my week, my turn. And so what I settled on was I want to talk about movie pet peeves. And before we get into like exactly what I'm talking about, let me kind of outline it for you. I am turning into Howard Hughes. And the older that I get, the more...
And you just got a job where you work from home.
I am so glad that you said that, because that is exactly what I've been witnessing. And I couldn't put a finger on it, but you're going to be 50 naked in a bedroom. That's you. Yeah, I mean, you've nailed it.
You've
say
nailed 50. I'm thinking
maybe 40.
38. Yeah. So my new job works from home, so I don't ever actually have to leave.
Tell the kids I love them, honey. Even though I never see them, tell them I love them.
You know, I don't kiss them on the mouth.
I don't kiss them or eat near them.
So anyway, I have a lot of just personal hang-ups with, kind of my own personal space and the way that things are handled. And so that kind of got me into, like, there are certain things that really drive me crazy, both
How are we friends?
I don't know.
How did you ever let me into your home?
I don't know.
I think I know these things, you're probably
I think we hung out most of the time at your house. If you ever notice, I would normally just stand in the middle of the room at your house. I didn't sit down a lot.
It was usually leaned against the wall.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's typical.
Have a seat.
That is exactly what I do. So okay. So let's jump into this. And I want this. This is from the perspective of viewing movies. So whether it's at a theater, whether it's at your house, like things that annoy you at a theater, whether it's something as simple as when a person pulls out their cell phone, that's probably an obvious, but like that's annoying, or something down to maybe if somebody is trying to drink their drink and it's gone, but they're still slurping it while they're sitting next to you, like any just little thing that just like trigger. Oh gosh. Just any little thing that triggers. So I've done a lot of talking, so I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Who wants to jump in and get us started, get the ball rolling here?
So this isn't pet peeves in the movies, like people eating or drinking.
It can be.
Or
kissing.
kissing.
You mean the actors.
Or birth scenes with calves.
Nothing Chris has already mentioned on the show.
Or public pools. Nothing like that.
This is specifically not on-screen
stuff. This is viewing. Okay, I just want to make sure.
This is like real life experience pet peeves.
I got you.
So,
I thought about this question, and I don't really have one, but I have a great story where I was one.
Well, then let's start with that, Phil. How about you roll here and let's hear it.
I was probably 13. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a find a pressure point and poke it kind of person.
Sounds right.
I like to annoy people, agitate people. Gotten a lot better in my age, but when I was a kid, I was like, this is just not good. So I'm at the movies, some friends, and I'm eating popcorn. And apparently I was eating popcorn too loudly. And this lady right in front of me, she just turns around and she's like, could you chew louder?
I already know what you're going to say.
To which I spent the rest of the movie chewing louder.
Oh, see, you're the kind of person that I would meet in the parking lot and beat up.
Intentionally just grabbing entire handfuls of popcorn, just like...
What was the movie? That's what I want to know.
I can't remember. It was probably Action Jackson.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so this leads me to...
I'm pretty sure it was the same theater as Action Jackson.
Oh, my gosh. Action Jackson.
Republic Square, I believe, is the name of the theater.
That was... Yeah, there was Republic Square. So this leads me to kind of a rabbit trail question. This is... Okay, when you spend your $8, $10, $12, whatever dollars on a movie ticket... Mm-hmm. What are you then entitled to? It's like buying an airline ticket, right?
The seat. That's it.
Is that it? Like, am I okay? Because I hear people complain all the time about being checked by TSA getting on an airplane, right? You're violating my freedom. But am I violating? Are they violating your freedom, or are they protecting my freedom? Because I paid $400 for that ticket.
Correct.
So, like, if you pay that $12 to come in that theater, you have bought the opportunity to annoy me, to be loud and obnoxious and make jokes, or be on your phone, or did you just buy an opportunity to shut your pie hole, sit in a seat, and watch a movie? What is it? Because you obviously thought you had bought the opportunity to eat popcorn
That's
loudly.
not why I bought the popcorn, but man, was I glad I had it.
So okay, so let's. This is not where the conversation was going to go, but I like this. I like this leading. So let's talk about it for a sec. So I actually think you are buying the right to do that if you want to. Talk to your best friend sitting next to you in the middle of the movie. I mean, you bought that seat. I mean, it is.
Where do you draw the line?
It's a.
I don't agree with that.
No,
So
I don't think it's right. And so I will say this. I don't know if you guys do this, but anytime that you have a bad experience in a movie, somebody's talking, being disruptive, you can go to the box office after the movie and they will give you a free ticket.
Wait, what?
Yep. If you are dissatisfied, even if you watch the entire movie, if you are dissatisfied with the experience, you can go to the ticket counter and they will give you another ticket.
What?
Yep.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I can go to them and say, "Hey, my 3-year-old kid was super annoying."
No, not
in
your.
this movie.
No, not your kid. No.
Oh, okay.
But if
You
you were
brought
like, but
him.
listen, if you were there
Oh.
and Phil was smacking his popcorn, you could even if you stay through the entire movie, you can go and say, "Listen, there was a guy there
had
chewing his popcorn.
no
It was
idea.
Very distracting. I ended up staying for the whole movie, but you know, and they will.
I
they will
think you're making that up.
try it.
Here's the deal. In my defense, the theater was rather sparse. She could have moved.
See,
That's not good in your defense. No, not at all. But to answer your question, though, Donnie, is I think that you are buying the right to sit in that theater, and you can do within certain
It's like when you go to a comedy club and you heckle the
legalities.
comedian.
Yeah, I mean, now should you do that? Like okay.
well, they say turn off your cell phone and be quiet in the previews.
Okay, but like, okay, here's the thing. What if Phil is just chewing and that's just the only way he knows how to chew? Like, I mean, like you can't walk around somebody and be like, "You're chewing too loud." It's like, this is how I was taught how to chew. How am I supposed to? I'm supposed to reteach myself how to chew? Now, I'm not saying that. Like, yes, there are obnoxious people, and I get that. But like, we're talking about a fine line. Yeah, you shouldn't have your cell phone out. You shouldn't, be have a camcorder recording the screen. Like, those are actual rules. But like,
I was recently scolded in a movie because I was texting or checking my text.
By whom?
Some random guy.
Philip's a troublemaker.
This was me and Gavin and my father-in-law and I think my brother-in-law, Greg, not Gary, so Carrie's sister's husband. We went to see our Finest Hour. It was like Christmas season. It was late. We went like 11:45 show or something, or 10:45 show, kind of last minute. We get there. There's like 6 other people.
Is it Darkest Hour or Finest Hour?
Darkest Hour. The one with Gary Oldman.
The one with Churchill. Okay.
Yeah, dark. And so, which should totally be subtitled, by the way. Hard to follow.
it is hard.
And so I was just like, it was like a boring part of the movie. I think I checked to see if Carrie had texted me or something, and I might have been scrolling around my feed or something. And this guy comes over and he's like, "Can you put away your phone?" And I'm like, "Sure, I guess." I mean,
was it just a dude? It wasn't an usher?
no, it was another patron.
So he didn't yell it out. He actually came to you and was like,
he came over and he was like, "Can you put your phone away?" And Gavin
was
heard
he
him.
threatening? He was like, "Hey,
No,
man."
it wasn't really threatening, but it wasn't necessarily like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? Just kind of wanted to check in on you and see if maybe you can put it away." It was like, "Can you put away your phone?"
See, it's the cell phone thing I have issue with because it's super distracting when that light is on. It draws your eye. It's like, I can't quit. That light is there. It's bugging me. I'm serious. I can't, like my wife sometimes will sleep, she'll be, when I go to sleep, she'll have like her iPhone on and I can't face her and sleep. I have to turn the other way. I'm like, it's too It's too bright, man. It's like,
You're not
no.
supposed to when you're sleeping. You're
Kill
supposed
it.
to cut out all blue light 15
No,
minutes
she's not
before you go to
sleeping.
bed.
She's puttering around.
But anyway, yeah, so I don't know what I think about that experience because it's like, I was not being loud. I wasn't being disruptive. I intentionally dim the phone as low as it'll go whenever I have it out in the dark. And I don't know. I don't think I was cutting into his experience.
I'm not sure I've ever called anyone out in a theater. I've called people out in a lot of public places for different things, but I don't think I've ever done it in a movie theater, which is odd for me.
That is odd for you.
Because if I spend that much money, I want that experience to be like legit. I don't want it disrupted.
Sure.
Although it obviously has been many times.
But as a demonstration of my growth, I put away my phone and I did not get it out again.
Very nice.
13-year-old me would have went like bright,
Crank
bright
up the
screen,
brightness. Hold
put
it
it
up.
on speakerphone, have a conversation.
Hey, everybody!
So
Say hi to my wife!
I'm bootlegging this right now.
I'm talking to my wife! Everyone say hi to my wife!
For
We're
me,
on FaceTime!
I refuse to have. I don't like having my phone out at a movie. Like I am when I go to a movie, I am totally there for the movie. Like the phone goes on do not disturb. It goes in my pocket. I do not touch it till that movie is over.
Previews, same rule for previews.
It depends.
Because I'll usually keep mine out a little bit during the previews, and then when the movie starts, boom, it's gone. I put it away.
If I'm so like if I'm having a conversation, like sometimes I'll be talking to you guys, like I'm like, hey, I'm just sat down, fixing to watch whatever, and if the previews are playing, I don't really care too much. Especially now in the age of YouTube, when we see most of these trailers like the second they drop, anyways. You're not normally seeing them for the first time when you go to the theater, so it's not as big of a deal. But like, if I've already kind of said my piece to everybody and I don't have anything to say, then it goes in my pocket, But if I'm holding a conversation, I may hold on to a little bit. But yeah, once those lights go dim, it goes away. I don't
It's showtime.
Showtime.
Literally.
I'm all business. Okay, so here's a problem that I have. I have a lot of children, and I take them to the movies regularly. The movies are, it's kind of dad's thing. So, like, we went and saw Incredibles on Father's Day, and I have never
Death Wish for Mother's Day.
Death Wish for Mother's Day, exactly.
Yes.
I've never really had a problem with kids in the theater for a kids movie. When we go see Incredibles or we go see Finding Dory or Moana or whatever it is, if there's a kid that, says, is talking or crying or whatever, I don't care. The movie's for them, And our kids are the same way. Caden gets really excited when something, happens and he'll maybe shout out or whatever.
No way.
What?
So that doesn't bother me. What does bother me is when I go see Thor Ragnarok.
Skyscraper.
Which there should not be a 2-year-old at a viewing of Thor Ragnarok, or like that bugs me. Like, if it's a kids movie, I'm much more tolerant of that. But if I'm going to see an adult movie that is made for adult people, and I hear kids screaming or talking and the whole thing, that literally sends me into overload. And I've left. I've left before.
Oh, you leave. That's your.
Yeah, and I mean,
He gets that free ticket.
And we typically go.
Yeah.
And we typically go to these movies late. Like we make. I think we went and saw Thor Ragnarok at like a 7:30 show, right? So it was like 7:30 on Friday night.
It's not so late.
So
Whoa.
late.
Well, I mean.
Whoa.
Yeah, but
7:30 comes twice.
But it's a 2-hour movie, so after you figure in trailers in 2 hours, you're not going to be out of the theater till 10 o'clock, right? No 2-year-old kid needs to be out at 10 o'clock at the theater. That's what I meant. But yet there are people there with their kids, and I'm like, look, I get it. I have 4 kids. We don't get to go to the movies sometimes because I can't find a babysitter. But guess what? I don't go to the movies. I don't take my my 2-year-old.
Those are irresponsible parents that don't want to miss out.
They just drive me crazy.
They're the parents that put their kids to bed at
crazy.
7 o'clock at night so they can watch TV.
Because they don't want because the kids don't want to watch that. It's like and Thor may actually be a bad example because Thor actually it's colorful and it's exciting. I'm trying to think of the last non-fun movie that I would to. But I mean, there are dramas, right? Like what was the last? I don't even know. I'm trying to think of what we went and saw last. But when you go see something like or you said Darkest Hour. When you go see a movie like Darkest Hour, no 2-year-old is their attention span is gonna hold. I mean, grown adults can't even understand what he's saying. So a 2-year-old's not gonna be able to understand what's happening, and so they're gonna sit there for 2 hours. They're gonna be miserable, and they're gonna let you know it. I have a big problem with that. If you're listening to this and you have kids, don't take them to see adult movies. Find a babysitter or leave them in the car. Just crack the window.
Yes. Leave a bottle of water.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, I mean, like it drives me crazy. Anytime I'm in a movie that's an adult movie and it's later in the day, and I see a kid walk in, in my head I'm already like, there's a 50-50 chance I'm not going to make it through this movie.
I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie in my entire life.
I walked out of a movie once.
I've only walked out of one.
For a different reason.
Wait. For what reason?
Is that when you?
Because it was terrible.
Oh, okay.
I thought you peed your pants or something.
So let's have this conversation. So I've only walked out of one movie because of the actual movie itself. I've walked out of a couple just because of. Well, I walked out of one because the air conditioner wasn't on, and it was.
Ooh, that would do
dying, so I walked out. So I walked out a couple for people being loud or whatever. I've walked out of one because of content. Phil, what movie was it that you left?
I walked out of. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I thought
did it have Jeff Goldblum in it?
No, it was terrible. I thought it was Ben Affleck, but it might have been Josh Hartnett.
Pearl Harbor.
No.
I hate that movie.
What movie did you walk out of, Chris?
I walked out of a movie called Sleepy Hollow.
I've seen that.
Christina Ricci is in it. I think, is Johnny Depp in it? Maybe not.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's the main character.
Yeah, okay.
He's Ichabod Crane.
That movie is awful.
It's all right.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Bounce.
And we left.
I've never seen that.
Bounce.
I've heard of it, but I don't.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Ben Affleck.
Sounds terrible already.
No, that's not right. It was a movie called Great Expectations.
Ooh.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Expectations.
Yeah.
Carrie and I went, we out. This movie's terrible.
Little Charles Dickens.
So, Don, you've never left a movie before?
I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie in my entire life. Even the worst movies I've seen in the theater, I've never walked out.
Is that because you paid for them and because you didn't know you could get your money back?
It's because I don't know. I just have maybe it's OCD or something. It's like I'm here. I'm watching this thing.
By the way, if you don't like a movie and you leave in the middle, they will also give you a free ticket.
We got our money back for that.
All you have to do is just simply say, look, this movie was it was bad. I mean, the content was not what I wanted. It wasn't, it did whatever, and they'll give you a free ticket. They're great.
My 2-year-old did not enjoy it at all. The Terminator 3.
That's right.
It was way too loud, and there was way too many people dying. My 3-year-old is very upset right now.
Yeah.
I would like my money back.
Yeah.
What are y'all thinking showing that? It's a Terminator movie, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So what are your pet peeves in the theater, Chris? People's feet on your chair.
So okay,
you talked about the kids, obviously.
So kids are definitely one of them. I do have a pet peeve with people touching the back of my seat. In any way, like with their hand, with their feet. If they move it, the first time I'll let it go. The second time I will stand up and tell them not to touch my chair again, which I've done on multiple occasions. So that really bothers me. The other thing that really bothers me is
you're a psycho.
The other thing that really bothers me is people that come to the movie late. Listen, I will give you roughly 10 minutes. Because that's about how long the commercials and the trailers will last. If you are more than 10 minutes to a movie, don't friggin' show up. Just go back home. Nobody wants you to interrupt the movie. Don't be walking in the movie after the movie has started. That completely ruins. I don't like bathroom breaks, but walking in is just annoying.
Dude, my wife she was pregnant and had to pee in the Two Towers.
Well, that movie's 6 years long, so I get that.
and she did not go.
Oh, I love it. Yes, that's why I like Kira.
Because I kept saying, "Yo, you're not gonna want to miss this. You're not gonna want to miss this." But to this day, she'll tell you. I'll be like, "What's the Two Towers about?" She's like, "I have no idea." Pee. Happened to pee.
It's about the ocean.
All I know about that movie.
Boats, oceans, rivers.
Here's another one. I don't like people apologizing to me when they have to
Are you
walk
like
by
Iron
me.
Man? I don't like people handing me things.
Do you know why when somebody touches the back of your seat and you get up and say something to them, do you know why they don't punch you in the face? You want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because they think you're a psychopath.
And I am. I am. It's
Because
probably,
you stood up in
probably
a
best with
movie
them.
and said, "Don't touch my chair,"
I mean, I'm not like
and they're
a jerk.
thinking, "This guy's got a gun.
I'm not
this
like a
guy's a
jerk."
freak."
I'm not like a,
Not
like
making
a
it
jerk
home
about
tonight.
it. Like, look, if somebody's like walking to their seat and they bump the thing, that's fine. But if like the movie has started and they've hit my chair, they get one chance. And if they do it again, I will just stand up in the chair and turn around and be like, "Can you please not hit my chair?" I mean, I'm nice about it, and then I turn around and sit back down.
That you're mentioning it negates the nice.
Bro, I mean, there's no reason for you to put your hands or your feet on my freaking chair.
So if I'm crossing my leg inadvertently, bump your chair.
Like I said, if it's one time, that's fine.
Stop doing it, Phil.
If it's habitual, that's a problem. All right.
Why don't you
What
sit
about
on
you,
the
Donnie?
back row?
Anything?
Pet
I
peeves.
normally do. Sit on the back row for that.
I'm
reason.
with you on all that stuff. You know, when people come in late, it drives me crazy because it's always darker when the movie starts too.
Yeah,
So they
man.
can't see anything.
I know.
They're like, "Hey, there's
Are
two
those
seats
seats
over there.
available?"
I know.
Are those seats taken?"
No.
Hey, man, I just missed that classic line. Shut up. Or they turn their phone on with their light, and they start looking.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
You're like, seriously, man? Stop.
The worst invention ever.
Yeah.
Cell phone flashlights.
Yeah, there you go. That guy. I don't really think much about other stuff. I don't. My biggest pet peeve is joke guy in the back row, who came to basically ruin the movie for everyone else.
Oh
Like,
yes, that's
you
that's a
know,
no-no.
he brought his girlfriend, and he thinks that his wit is going to be
gonna
his,
win her over.
the winning part of
Does he
his
have a
personality.
rapist wit?
I was going to say that his rapist wit, and it's like, dude, he's always 18 years old, and you're just like, dude, shut up, man.
Has that actually happened to you lately?
Not lately, but I don't go to the movies very often, like theater wise.
Yeah,
Now I
can't
have a
remember the
pet
last
peeve
time.
at home.
Wait,
let's talk about home.
No, hang on, we'll get to home in a second.
Okay.
I
That's
just-
those are,
I
and
just
I've
remembered
never
one more.
really called anyone out on that in the theater, but it's just that stuff bugs me. Or here's one that I've heard multiple times is the bottle on the floor rolling all the way to the front of the theater. Has that ever happened to y'all?
Yeah, that's bad.
That happened.
Yeah.
That's happened to me at
Doesn't
least
happen
3
as much
times.
anymore with theater seating.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I went to a small town, old timey theater up in, I guess like North Carolina or something South Carolina last year, and saw Spider-Man: Homecoming, and it was like this super skinny, super long theater,
Yeah.
and sure enough, there's probably 20 people in the whole theater, and here comes the glass bottle, dink. It's rolling all the way down.
beer
front.
bottle,
I'm
man.
like, are
It's
you
awesome.
joking? What in the world? Come on.
No.
You stinking boozer.
I'm going to give you one more because it just came to me when you were talking. And then,
Okay,
and
then I
Phil-
want to tell
and
you
then-
one more story too.
And then
go.
Phil, you can chime in too. So the other thing I hate is the parties that are meeting at the theater that didn't meet beforehand, and they're normally always sitting right next to me, and they always come in right after the lights dim, and they're looking for their party, and the person around the other side of me is like, "Hey,
Oh yeah,
hey, Phil,
yeah.
Phil, Phil."
Turn your stupid light on your phone so you can see me.
I can't stand it. All right, one more story, Donnie. What you got?
Here's my story real quick. I went in, oh gosh, I don't know. It was like 91, something like that, to see Steven Seagal movie called Hard to Kill. Mm-hmm. And I went with my mother.
Whoa. You act like that's an obscure movie that not everyone should know.
Everybody should know Hard to Kill.
Do you know Hard to Kill?
Of course.
I don't know if you're being serious or not. Steven Seagal's pretty old.
No,
this is like 30 years.
Steven Seagal, Van Damme, dude, come on.
Okay, whatever. I went and saw. Hard to Kill. There's a lot of arm breaking in his movies. So anyway, it was his first movie, I think. I went and saw it at the theater. So I went with my mother because we were bored. I don't know why. So we go into a theater, and we're like the only ones in the theater, except for a homeless dude.
Oh, no.
I would say homeless. And this guy sits about 5 seats over from me to my left. And he, about just a couple minutes into the movie, pulls out a penguin, a large penguin doll, kind of like E.T. here, about 2 feet tall, sets it on the seat next to him, the one closest to me, and begins to talk to the penguin about the movie as the movie is going on.
Yes. That's awesome.
It wasn't awesome. It was a little distracting and a little concerning, the whole movie. But that dude, thankfully never made a move on us, never tried to kill us or anything. But it was weird, man. Plaza Theater in Orlando.
That's funny.
Anyway.
Is that where they used to show...
that's a pet peeve I have.
Show at night?
Don't bring your stuffed animals, please. Anyway.
This kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Like...
You know what, Phil? You know what we've learned? The reason it doesn't bother you is because you are the person
You're the guy.
About.
You're the one.
You're the person we're talking about.
You've already proven it. You've told 2 stories.
Do you have a penguin sitting next to you right now?
Look, here's the deal. I will never, at this age, I don't intentionally disrupt. I don't talk in the movie. I try not to... be I don't like my only pet peeve is when people ask me incessant questions.
Oh no, we didn't even talk about that.
Or any questions.
Don't talk to me.
No, why do you think I know more about what's going on right now than you do? We're both watching the movie together. I'm going to learn when you learn. We'll all learn together. This is a group session.
I tell my friends when I go to the movies with them, I tell them, do not talk to me in the movie.
Oh no.
I will not. I do not want to chat with you.
I'll laugh and be like, that was funny.
No, I'll do that. I'll laugh and hey, yeah, whatever. But when you start asking me questions, I'm like, nope. Get out of here, man.
I agree with that. I just
don't understand it.
Everybody.
It's not even, it drives me nuts, but it's like, I do what I do every time you're confused in a movie. Wait to the end. They're probably gonna They're probably gonna tell you what's going on.
Right.
All right, Don. Let's transition to home. You said you had a home thing. Let's hear about it.
I love to watch movies with the lights off, but my wife loves to have a light on all the time, everywhere she goes. So this leads to a little bit of conflict because I'm watching through the Marvel movies with her right now. So she always turns the lamp on. There's a lamp.
Oh, and it glares on the TV.
And it just it's just enough to be kind of aggravating. I'm not going to divorce her or anything like that, but it's kind of like, why does the light need to be on? This lights up the room. It's a movie. It's 2 of us on a couch. That's a pet peeve I have.
It's funny. The light thing doesn't really bother me.
That surprised me. You seem like a submersive kind of guy.
I typically am. I will say this, and this may actually be to my benefit. Christy, my wife rarely watches movies with me that I want to watch because she hates them all, and so I will end up typically watching a movie with headphones on, which is actually fantastic. I have really nice 5.1 headphones, and I watch it on Xbox, so I can just plug my headphones into the controller. So I'm just the controller sitting on the bed next to me, and I have headphones on, so I'm gonna have it as loud as I want, and it is excellent audio quality, and I love.
Man, that's a great idea.
That's the way that I roll. These are the headphones that I use, And yeah,
You
it's
just plug them into your controller.
Yeah,
and
so
then
like
you just
here's the
listen to
Xbox
movie.
controller right in the bottom there. It has a plug, so it's a wire. I'm charging it right now, but it's a wireless controller, and so it just sits on the bed. And then I have my headphones plugged directly into the bottom, and so
It's
I get
wireless.
5.1.
It has a wire in it right now, but it's
Your
Well,
PS4
wireless.
does that too,
charging.
Donnie.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
I have a
but-
PS4.
Yeah, but nobody cares about PS4. Because it's garbage.
Everyone cares about PS4 except you.
But well, I don't know about that. So yeah, the light thing doesn't bother me. What does bother me is that because we're at home, I feel like that the comfort level is heightened, and so everybody thinks it's okay to pause and go to the bathroom. There is nothing that I hate worse than pausing a movie in the middle of watching it. Like if we're at the theater and you have to go to the bathroom, I just say shut up and go, because we can't pause it because I'm not in control and you're just going to miss it. But at home, it's like, oh, you pause, I got to run to the bathroom. No, sorry, this train's already left the station. That's not going to happen. So that is the one thing at home that really bugs me. And the kids are really bad about it too. The kids are like, oh, pause, I don't want to miss it. I'm like, oh, God.
Then don't go pee.
Exactly. Just wait till it's
Right.
over.
Wear a diaper.
That's what I do.
I'm kind of there. Usually I watch things typically by myself. Though the last couple movies we rented, my wife watched them with me. But typically, like, she'll be doing something.
You rent movies? Where do you
Occasionally
do
she
that
might-
at?
Redbox.
Oh, that's still a thing?
Yeah, man.
And we have a movie store still in Midland.
I don't buy any. I don't even rent.
Welcome
anything.
to 1985.
If I rent
Yes.
something, I rent it digitally, but that's fine.
But anyway, so get a movie, watch a movie, and but I'm not. But if I'm watching it by myself, I'm not a. Two things, and my wife's gonna get mad because she think I'm picking on her, but I'm not. The one
We've
is
picked on our wives already. So go
I'm
ahead.
watching the movie, she's not, so it's not uncommon for her to be like, "Hey, I got a question for you," but it's not about the movie.
My wife does that
yeah,
too, bro.
It's just
Are we
about
going
life.
grocery
My
shopping
wife,
tomorrow?
my wife is on her phone like the whole time, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Well, I'm kind of watching, but I'm doing this too." I'm like, we took time to sit down and
can't-
watch the
yeah.
movie. Stop doing other stuff.
When I put on A Quiet Place the other night,
Ooh,
Carrie
I
had
want
the
to hear this.
computer open,
Oh no.
Oh, are you joking?
and I said, "Are you watching this, or are you going to be on that?" And she's like, "I'm watching it," and she watched
Nope.
it, so she can do both. I can't. And
That's what my
and
wife
so
says, but I can't process those two things.
I can't be looking at my phone playing a game and keeping up with the movie.
Nope, I can't do it.
I just can't do both, and so. But I got over that. Like, it bothered me, but it doesn't distract her. She doesn't ask me questions during the movie, so I had to get over it. But yeah.
And you're still
The
married.
other thing
Good
is,
job.
like, I don't know if this counts as a pet peeve, but it's a personal moving watching preference. And I've learned that we're odd this way. But our family watches almost everything with the subtitles on.
Really?
Oh, that's funny.
Almost everything. I don't watch comedy shows, like comedy specials with the subtitles on, because it ruins the punchline. But I watch almost every movie with the subtitles on now, and Gavin does too.
That's weird.
I never do that unless I'm watching a foreign movie.
Hey, fun note.
But for me, it's like I don't want to miss out, and so I don't want to have to rewind it to find out what somebody said. I'm not losing my hearing, but it seems like sometimes the audio in movies these days isn't.
Yeah, I've
I
noticed
think the
that
audio
with a
is
lot of
good,
movies.
but it's not set up like my TV's not good.
Well, I'm going to
Like,
start
I
doing
have-
what Chris said and listen with headphones, Jack.
Dude,
See what I did there?
It's
Jack?
the way I watch all Luke Cage with headphones. It's fantastic.
I bet you get a lot of ambient sound stuff going on in there, don't you?
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm going to do that.
Fun note. If you are watching the show right now on YouTube, you can click on the little CC box right down here, and you can watch us with closed captions. Now, the fun
What?
thing is,
Probably not as good.
YouTube auto captions us, so there's no telling if it's right. But you can check it out and see.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, no, I've watched some things with subtitles on. Well, it's funny. See, we watch a lot of Japanese shows. The kids right now are big into Kamen Rider, so we watch we're actually on like our third season straight of Kamen Rider, and And the entire show is subtitled because it's in Japanese.
I don't even know what you're saying right now.
kids
I need
actually- the kids
subtitles
actually prefer it that
to
way.
understand what you're saying right now.
Just Google Kamen Rider. That's all right. We're watching Forge right
I
now.
will
It's
not
great.
do that at all.
So okay, so let's wrap up here. Any other just little fun little tidbits, movie tidbits you guys want to share? What's your favorite snack?
Oh, you know
Like,
what I'm
perfect
bugged by?
snack.
They don't. Reese's peanut butter cups and popcorn is the best.
Wait.
But
so
nobody.
you like put the peanut butter cups in the popcorn?
No. I eat a handful of popcorn, then I take a bite of Reese cup.
Okay.
The problem is a lot of theaters don't sell the Reese's cup anymore. The like AMC doesn't sell them.
Okay. All right.
But that's my favorite with a Coke.
I mean, I never buy it there anyways. I always take it
Healthy.
in. But Phil, what about
I
you?
just gained 5 pounds watching this movie.
If I buy a snack at the theater, I get popcorn, typically, and a milk dud.
Oh, milk duds are
And
so
then I
bad.
mix-
for your teeth.
And then I
One
mix those.
milk
So
dud.
bad for your teeth.
Mouthful of popcorn.
The correct
one milk
answer,
dud.
the only answer is Reese's Pieces is the perfect movie
That's what I
food.
eat every time I go to the theater because they don't have Reese's peanut butter cups.
Exactly. And what's funny is I don't like to eat, so true story. I do not like Reese's Pieces anywhere else, any other time. I will
It's
only
like
eat
ginger
Reese's Pieces
ale
whenever
on
I
an
watch
airplane.
movies.
Dude, I love ginger ale on an
True.
airplane.
That's true.
It's the best.
I'm more of a cranberry
best.
juice on the airplane, but yeah. But
What is
and
ginger
I don't-
ale?
I don't drink cranberry juice in real life, but
I drink tomato juice on airplanes, always.
I
I'll
will
have a
drink
tom-
all of the
I'll have
things
a
y'all
tomato
just said.
juice.
Tomato juice, cranberry juice, and ginger ale are great on an airplane. What is that?
But you've
Why
never
is that?
in your life been sitting at home and thought, man, I wish I had a cold tomato juice right now.
Or cranberry juice?
I
No way.
think it's
Ginger
the
ale.
availability of things you wouldn't normally get, right? It's like, what do you got on
maybe.
that cart?
oh,
Yeah,
ginger
I'll have
ale,
a tomato juice.
Sure, that sounds great. Yeah.
Hey, to clarify my snack preference, I never get the popcorn for myself. My wife gets the popcorn. I
popcorn.
eat off the popcorn.
All right. Well, that's our topic. We hope you guys enjoy it. Look, the shorts are just to have a little bit of fun. This is what we'd ask. If you're listening, just the audio version, drop by our Facebook group and let us know your movie pet peeves and what is your idea of a perfect movie snack. If you're watching on YouTube, you can actually just scroll down just a little bit and leave it in the comments below. We would like to know what are things that really drive you crazy while you're at the theater.
Oh, I know what drives me crazy.
What is
the
it?
fact that I prefer s'mores as a movie snack, but they always tell me to put out the fire.
Dude, that would be awesome. Ooh, fire pit movie theater. This is a thing. I love it. Let's do it.
It's the
They're
worst.
called outdoor movies. They do them in every small town in America.
And
You
that
can't start a fire.
that is Real Amigos, short number 10. Thanks
10.
for joining us. If you
10.
would, please subscribe and let us know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. We do take your feedback seriously. Thanks for joining us. We drop
Sure we
every
do.
Friday, so be sure that you stick around and look forward to our next episode. But for Donnie and for Phil, my name is Chris, and we are out of here. Bye.
Adios. The best.